Hello everyone, this is Alice Gao. In this video, I'm going to start talking about decision trees, which is our first machine learning algorithm. A decision tree is a very common algorithm that we humans use to make lots of different decisions in our daily lives. You might be using it without realizing it. Let's look at some fun examples I found on the internet. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about these examples, but I will let you spend more time looking at them when you work on the quiz and possibly assignments. So this first one is about which language should you learn in, this is from 2018. And it depends on whether you want to learn useful or cool language, whether you want to learn easy or hard language, and then kind of some other characteristics of the language. So I'm curious, which language should you learn according to this decision tree? Second one is about getting a pet. So depending on whether you want a pet or not, whether you want a high maintenance or low maintenance pet, whether you want your pet to return your affection or not, you can get different kinds of pets. I traced this tree myself and it turned out that I should get a dog, and I really agree with that. The third decision tree, I thought this is really fun, is about should I use an emoji in a conversation? And some of the criteria are how old are you? Whether this is a work-related scenario or not, and then are you trying to get fired from your job or not? So again, you can spend some time, see if the answer that you get from this decision tree makes sense or not. This final example is one that I will use as a running example as I teach decision tree in this unit. So this is a story about Jeeves the valet. Jeeves is a valet to Bertie Wooster, and Bertie likes to play tennis on some days and asks Jeeves to lay out his things. And Jeeves, being a really good valet, wants to be able to anticipate Bertie's decision, and so that he can do this more efficiently. So each morning over the past 2 weeks, Jeeves records some characteristics of the day and whether Bertie decided to play tennis or not. Mostly Jeeves believes that whether Bertie wants to play tennis or not highly depends on characteristics of the weather. So after recording data for 2 weeks, Jeeves decided that he will come up with a classifier. Turns out he's going to try to come up with a decision tree to predict Bertie's decision. So after coming up with this decision tree, Jeeves would like to evaluate how good is this decision tree he came up with. So for the next 2 weeks, he again records the weather condition and Bertie's decision and use that as a test set to evaluate his classifier. So we'll work with this training set containing 14 data points and then this test set containing another 14 data points. These data sets are made to be tiny intentionally because we don't have a lot of time to go through realistic data sets, and we will be constructing these decision trees by hand rather than using a program. In this video, I've shown you some fun examples of decision trees. So I hope, here's a question, homework question for you. Go and find some fun, useful, important decision trees on the internet, or think of a decision tree that you can use to make a decision in your daily lives. All right, and in the next video, I will start talking about how can we construct a decision tree and how can we construct a good decision tree. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.